You're right, YouTube. Speaking Mike, without further ado, retro. Here's the latest pickups and chat video. Cheers. Right, we'll start up with some pickups that we've been doing. Here's just a basic one. I ordered myself a copy of Xcopy, and it's got all the instructions. I know how to use Xcopy, but just sort of got a decent version, and it's a version I've got. I do have it on original, but I think it's a version before the one I'm used to using, the one that we all sort of use, you know, with the silver Xcopy, signed Xcopy Professional with the green zeros. Everything's going according to plan. So I just decided to order a copy of this. I know I could have probably asked Sydney Steve to send me one, or my mate Rob, but I thought, well, I'd just get it, and it was easy enough. Just ordered that, and that was nice and easy to order, and I've got it there now, so nice and ready for when I want to sort of do some backing up, so to speak. Another sort of pickup that I've picked up recently. I thought this is quite a good idea for hitching up towards the old Sony CRT Beast. It looks quite a good quality cable as well, which is a universal cable. So this works for hitching up through the S-Video. You can hitch up the Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube, PS1, PS2 and Xbox all through the one cable. So I thought that was quite handy. That was $19.99. I know you can sort of get, there was another one on eBay for about 12 quid, but it didn't look the same sort of quality as this cable. So I thought that was just a nice quality cable. It would be nice for sort of hitching several machines just through the one cable. You've got the RCA leads, and then you also have S-Video as well. So I'll probably just be running through the RCA because that's the only port that works on the CRT Beast. So that's quite a nice cable there. So when we come to do all the cable management and getting everything done all properly, we sort of sort this room out a little bit better, then hopefully we'll have some good quality, nice quality cables and get everything running all nice and clean, and very, very cool. So right, we haven't really been doing a lot on the sort of pickups front really, but we have been picking up a couple here. I got been after this one for a while, trying to get this at the right price, which is Duel Master. It's supposed to be a pretty cool game. Unfortunately, it is complete, but unfortunately the manual is missing the front and back cover, which is a little bit of a nightmare. But I managed to pick this up for between £8 and £10. So although not in the best of condition, this is a game that's creeping up. So I've been after this for a while. So £8 to £10 to get that one. It's pretty good. So next one, another one that's in questionable condition, which is Eternal Champions. I haven't had this. You can pick this up everywhere, but I think I picked this up for about a £5. So this is like an ex-rental one. By the look of it, it's got loads of rental stickers, and it also has the special edition manual. I don't know if that's any different, but it does say special edition instruction manual. But I've seen several with that, and whilst else like that will correct that, because Tootie's OCD had become wild, so we've got to go to all the carts facing inwards. So that's Eternal Champions, which is it's supposed to be a pretty cool game. I think I paid between £5 and £6 for that. So Mega Drive games for a £5 or under we'll pay all day long. And talking of Mega Drive games for under a £5, we picked up Pinocchio Blue Spine. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the instructions, but this was like about a £5 as well. So to pick up a Mega Drive game for a £5, unfortunately the hang tab's missing on this one, and it does look a little bit sun faded. So, but Mega Drive games for a £5, I'll pick them up all day long. So, like I say, so that's 3 Mega Drive games we've managed to pick up there. Another game picked up from Mr. Bads. It finally arrived, Paul. So I think they must have lost it in the post somewhere. Absolutely stellar condition as always with Paul's stuff. A slight nick there, but you know, I actually bought. So I'm sure it probably cost Paul more blooming money to send this than what he sold it for. Unfortunately, I did mean to say to you, Paul, keep hold of it until I buy something else. But Paul sent it before I could sort of say to him. And as always, he's overly packed it and made sure everything's cool. eSWAT's not a particularly good game. In fact, it's a not very good port of the actual arcade, if I'm right. But just bought for the box. I think it's quite a funky box. And yeah, so eSWAT on the Amiga, pretty nice condition. £2.20 from Mr. Bads. Absolutely fantastic. Really, for that price, you can buy games at that all day long, can't you? And you're going to say on this one, Blooming hell, Mike, you've got that again. It's the third time I've got this, but this is the full price release of this. So I believe this is about a £5 as well. It's a great game. I'm not really into many of these games, but I remember playing this back in the day. I had a Beholder 2. Dungeon sort of crawler. Really, really cool sort of game that I really enjoyed back in the day. So what's been going on? Yeah, well, we've sort of been, me and Old School been in sort of deep discussions and talking about where we want to sort of go with our channels, what the channels are about, and you know, and sort of we were sort of discussing really sort of our favourite channels and why we sort of go to channels, and you know, I think really my favourite channel overall of the channels really is Bithead 1000, and I think initially what sort of got us going to that channel, what got me going to that channel, was the retro gaming, obviously, and then, but once you sort of get to know Bithead 1000 as a character and that, you know, you generally go there not for the sort of, I mean, I've got really sort of you know, at the moment he's doing trying to do an NES complete collection, but really I have no interest in the NES, although he makes it exciting with the collecting and everything. But we sort of go to his channel for his character. I think the best sort of channel, the best sort of videos that he's done is when he's talking about, you know, when he's growing up and the shenanigans and that they used to get up to his kids, and you know, all the stories and that really. So it's not necessarily, you're not necessarily going there for the retro gaming, although retro gaming is what got you in the door, you know. And I think that's the same with most sort of channels, like, you know, sort of Two UK's another, Stu, another one of my favourite channels, UK channels, and you know, it's always nice to see what Stu's got on the booter and the stories and the CX and everything. But you really do tune in for you know, you tune in to see what he's picked up, and this year always used to look forward to see what he's picked up. But you know, you want to hear his stories of how he got them, and you know how he turned things around or put a deal together, and you know, it's more the way that the people are, the characters, and you know, the personalities, I suppose. So what we were sort of discussing, I mean, and Old School's obviously one of my favourite channels, one of my top muckers, but you know, we talk pretty much every other day on the phone about from A to B, you know, from A to Z even, or A to Z if we're British, aren't we? And putting the world to rights, you know, and all in sundry, you know. Yeah, so me and Old School, been discussing, sort of talking about the channel, our channels, and what we want to do with them, and where we want to go with them, and what they're about really. And we sort of reached a sort of conclusion that although we started off as retro gaming channels, there's more, like, you know, there's other things I'm into for a start myself, as I'm quite big into films, music, nights out, boxing, and things like that, you know. So all sorts of, you know, a wide variety, not just sort of one-dimensional character. I have many dimensions to my character. So, you know, as you know yourselves, the last week, or the week before, I went to the boxing and to watch Dylan White fight Joseph Parker. It was an absolutely fantastic night. I actually have some footage from the night, and I shall probably be putting a video on the channel about that night. I definitely will be putting up the raw footage I've got from there. You know, and there's other things I sort of want to go into and sort of talk about, like, you know, maybe some sort of movie reviews, or you know, showing sort of the steel tin collections that I've got. If you watch my channel from day dot, like the original when I first started out, I did do sort of all things retro. So I also done sort of the steel tins that I showed a few steel tins. I showed some like I say top trump cards, the original top trump cards that I got, some vinyl records. Sorry, Jake, but yeah, there's lots of different things that I'm into. So and sometimes nice to sort of like you say, as in the old school variety face, isn't it? Variety is the spice of life. So, you know, sometimes you just don't feel like doing a video on a certain subject. You may have something else that you feel passionate to talk about. Like, so, I say going to the boxing the other week was absolutely fantastic, and I actually spoke about that a little bit in my video. And this is where this sort of conversation sort of sparked up from. You know, old school turned around to me and said, you know, I really enjoyed when you sort of talked about the boxing. I didn't sort of realise that you knew quite as much about the boxing as what you do. And I said, you know, I don't think I know that much. Like, you know, I mean, I know a little bit. I sound like I might know a bit. You know, I just watch boxing and enjoy watching boxing and listening to other people's channels about boxing and things. And yeah, I suppose it's like where I've been into retro gaming all my life. I've been into boxing on and off throughout my life, and I would say over the last sort of 3 to 4 years I've been into boxing quite passionately again. I mean, I've never gone before, and I've actually gone twice in the last 3 or 4 months, both times to the O2. I had a fantastic time both times. Really, really good. Really enjoy it. Always watch it on the Sky with my cousin. We'll watch it down his house with a few beers, you know, but it's a takeaway or whatever, and we have a great evening, you know. But now we started to actually go to the O2 and things and watch these events, and it really is fantastic. And old school sort of said to me, he said, you know, you can really tell you're sort of into your boxing. You sound passionate when you speak about it, you know. And I suppose I am. It's just like I've been sort of retro collecting again for 6 or 7 years now, I would say, and just doing that all of the time can sometimes become a little bit stagnant. You know, at the moment I'm sort of going through, and I'm sort of I'm going through a cull at the moment, so we're culling down a lot of the collection, looking through what I'm not going to play, what doubles, trebles. I've got games that I don't intend on playing whatsoever. Maybe even cutting out some systems, maybe, I'm not sure. But, you know, so far like, I've gone through, I think I've got rid of the Dreamcast stuff I don't want. I've got rid of a lot of GameCube that I don't want. Also doing things like I'm thinking about I've got Mario Baseball, and that seems to go on eBay at the moment. It seems to go for about £60 to £70. Now, I don't really have any intention of playing Mario Baseball, but I might do one day. So, do I hold on to it now, thinking, right, I might play that in 2 or 3 years' time? Or what I thought was, what my thought of it was maybe I've got a chipped Super Nintendo. I've got a chipped GameCube, which will play copies and any region games. And I also have a normal GameCube with the region unlock disc, because I've got 2 region unlock discs. So what I was thinking is I'm gonna have a look, see if how much you need to, whether the Japanese version plays in English, or if you need to read anything on it, you know. Or so I was thinking maybe get the Japanese version or the American version, because I think you can get a Japanese version for about £20, and the American version if you shop around about 30. So I could sell it, essentially I could sell my British one for £60 or £70 and replace it for 30, thus leave me £30 extra or £40 extra to put to good use with other things, like, you know, paying off the credit card, or more than likely buying more retro stuff that I will use. So, you know, that's the sort of thing that we're going through at the moment. So we're going through what we won't be playing, or what we can maybe get a cheaper version of, and of the same game. It's the same game, and as long as you have the ability to play it, then, you know, why not sort of refine the collection, and or maybe even start, you know, looking in other directions. I really like the look of the I've got a small sort of PC Engine collection. I've got about 3 or 4 PC Engine games, I've always liked the thought of PC Engine. Never really played one. And obviously Cine Steve's just got one with that adapter and everything. I mean, the adapter's a lot of money and everything, but gives you RGB out and the ability to play all of the games off an SD card and all of the CD games as well. So, although it's it's a sort of a £350 add-on, it's a fantastic option, and it gives you the ability to play all that you're going to want to play. So, yeah, that's definitely an option. Or maybe go the whole hog. I mean, and maybe try and go down sort of a Neo Geo route. Sort of chopping a few collections that I've got and have a go at collecting some of that stuff. I've played a Neo Geo in the arcade, but I've never played the home unit. I'm not sure if it's AES or the MVS or AES. I think it's two different ones. I don't know. My Neo Geo knowledge is very poor. I mean, I know the CD unit is supposed to be like the loading on the CD unit. I think it's a 2-speed unit, so it's terrible for loading. But I know that Retro Blocks, the one that's supposed to be doing the CDs. That's not supposed to be. You can load CDs faster on that apparently. I don't know if that's out yet. I still don't think that's out. So, but yeah, sort of all sorts of different directions really. I mean, what do you guys think? We'd love to know sort of your opinions on it. I mentioned it to Let's Talk Retro, the guys at Let's Talk Retro, and they sort of said, same sort of thing. Variety is the spice of life. If there's other things that you're going to cover on the channel, that they would watch it and find it interesting. So, or do you think that retro gaming channels should just stay retro gaming channels? I mean, my personal thing on it is I'm only a real tiny channel, and Old School's the same. We're sort of the sort of lower tier of the echelon, so to speak. But I think when you do a channel yourself, it's all about you got to enjoy your channel. And I think when you don't enjoy a channel, then you shouldn't make content. It shouldn't feel forced. So if you're not in a mood to make something, I mean, I'm a little bit tired now, and this is probably the worst video I've ever done. But I'm sort of talking off the cuff and sort of trying to, talk about what we've been discussing and how we've been sort of feeling about different things and different views and that. So and it's getting to the early hours of the morning now. I had to wait for the washing machine to stop so I could do the video. So, but yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, me and Old School were talking about there's certain channels, some channel he was telling me about. It's called The Old Computer Show or something along those lines, and it's completely about politics. There's nothing about computers anymore. But he's kept the channel name and stayed with the channel, But it's gone in a totally different line. Don't worry, I'm not intending to do anything like that. I'm real passionate about me games collecting. The Amiga, the SNES, the Mega Drive, and the Spectrum. Those will always be there. They'll never go. But the collection is certainly evolving, and it's whittling down. I really, really want to get that credit card out of the way before it starts costing me money. It's 0% at the moment. Get it out of the way. Pay them back what I borrowed off them. Not a problem. It's done and out of the way. And now I'm going to be more about getting in front with me bills. Then it's all about Blackpool. I'm going to be getting all the money, paying the hotel at Blackpool, booking everything, getting the tickets, and raising some money to have a good time at Blackpool. And then I think I'll be doing me and Old School, but definitely been discussing it. Doing a maybe a couple of tables at the Bristol event. So. Because there's going to be stuff that I want to sell, and sometimes it's not always worth listing everything. Sometimes you get, especially when you're at a show and you've got your target audience right in front of you. You're in a room full of gamers looking to buy games. You couldn't really have a better place to sell your games. You couldn't really, can you? eBay with fees and postage and messing about and this, that and the other. All you got to do with that is just get a few boxes ready, put some prices on, haven't you, and away you go. Yeah, so let us know what you think. I mean, I'm really sort of interested to sort of know other people's opinions. I mean, me and Old School have been discussing this for the past sort of couple of weeks, really. But yeah, well, it'd be really interesting to see what you guys think. I mean, you're the viewers. You watch the channel. What do you want to see? Would you be interested in seeing other stuff like nights out and any interest in boxing? I know Gas says Steve likes boxing much like myself, or film reviews, or showing my film collections. What films I'd recommend, or things like that. Music. Me and Old School were discussing. Had a conversation in the car the other day with my cousin and my mates and that about Bjork, and ended up going and getting sort of Bjork's back catalogue, which I've actually got in front of me here. So just different sort of. And then I got chatting with Old School about Bjork, and he was telling me about the connection between Bjork and Tricky, and Massive Attack, and the Wild Bunch, all being Bristol connections in the music industry, and Old School being the fountain of knowledge that he is, sort of educated me on the connection there, which I never even knew there was a connection. So it's all really sort of interesting to find out. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of different things that I'm interested in. A lot of different avenues. Obviously, the retro gaming will always stay. But I'm just thinking of branching out and doing a few other things. So when I haven't got any ideas to any retro sort of game pickups, or much stuff to talk about in retro gaming, perhaps I'll cover something else, like a film I've seen, or a night out that's coming up, or something we're looking forward to, or so. All right, YouTube, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like I say, really love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Like I say, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, YouTube. Cheers. Thank you.